So let's get started in a child's pose today. And yeah, it's go time. Let's do this. Good morning, or afternoon or evening, depending on where you're coming to us from. For anyone who's new to me, my name is Jess, and this is 45 minutes of flow. We're gonna work up a little bit of a sweat hopefully today because it's really cold in the room where I am, so I need to warm up. We're starting out in a child's pose, arms stretched out long, forehead toward the ground. Just tune into your breath for a few moments here. Big inhale through your nose. Great big exhale. Feel that breath come in, feeding you the oxygen that your body needs. And then feel the exhale, letting go, emptying you out of all that stuff that you don't need anymore. So that with every breath, it's like a fresh start. On your next inhale, come up to all fours, and then just take some gentle cat-cows, starting to warm up the body, wiggle things around a little bit. Notice, where does it feel good? Notice where it feels like you might need a little tenderness or kindness for your body today. One more round of breath in and out. And then come to strong neutral. So you're on all fours, you're pushing the ground away a little bit, your belly button is strong in towards your spine, so the abs are engaged. Nice. Let's take the right hand and reach it up to the sky, opening up the chest, inviting some twist. And then on an exhale, thread your arm underneath, shoulder to the mat. Left hand stretches long towards the top of the mat, and you breathe. Bring the left hand back in, the right hand rises up to the sky, and place it back down on the mat. Same thing, other side, left hand goes high, open your chest, and then thread it through. Left shoulder resting heavy into the ground, right arm stretched long. One more big breath in and out. Rise back up. Take the left hand high, look to your thumb if you can, and then place it down. Little cat-cow action to find center. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round it out. And then come back to neutral. Tuck the toes under, send the hips up and back, and find your first down dog. Pedal around a little bit. Maybe you twist the hips side to side. Bend the knees. Shake the head. Step your feet wide out to the edges of your mat and forward just enough that your heels can touch down to the ground. Then take your right hand underneath and grab your left shin or ankle. So you're inviting twist underneath yourself. Your heels are staying down on the mat, and work those knees a little bit straighter if you can. Big stretch here. And then unwind your twist and go for the other side. Left hand finding the right ankle or shin. Pull yourself underneath, maybe even peek under your armpit. And unwind your twist. Walk your hands back towards your feet, and your feet can stay wide. Maybe your toes turn out a little bit, heels in, and just hang forward in this wide-legged forward fold. Give a little wiggle, bend the knees. And then find stillness in the center. Bring your feet in so they're hips width apart and parallel to each other. And then take your right hand to your left ankle again. Left hand reaches up to the sky. Allow your right knee to bend a lot and straighten through the left leg. So we get this stretch through the IT band, the outer hip, and then simultaneously the shoulders and the chest are twisting open. Nice, one more breath here. Come back down through center, switching sides. Left hand to the right ankle, right hand to the sky. Straighten that right leg as much as you can and breathe. Good, release down to center. And then walk your hands back up to the top of the mat, down dog once again. Great big inhale. Exhale. Take your right leg and lift it up towards the sky as high as it'll go, and then bend your right knee. With your right heel, try to kick yourself in the butt on the left side. So you're activating the quads and the hamstrings. You're strong here. You're not just hanging out. Kick that heel in towards your glutes. One more breath like that. And then stop that sensation of kicking. It might not actually look very different. Lift your knee a little bit higher. And then stretch as you lift the knee. The shoulders stay pointing down at the mat. On the next breath, bring the right foot forward outside of your right hand, setting up a lizard lunge. Give yourself a rock forward and back, settling deeper down into the hips. Yeah. And then go ahead and drop that back knee down if you like. You can stay up on hands, or if you're feeling warmed up or stretched out enough for it, you could drop down towards forearms. Take a breath or two here. And then come back up to your hands, tuck the back toes under, lift up that back knee. Stay with me here. Keep your right knee pressed against your right shoulder. Pick up the foot. Keep that knee right there. Strong arms, push the ground away. Strong abs. One more big breath here. And then press the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Place the right foot on the mat. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Lift your left foot high to the sky, as high as it'll go, and then bend the left knee. Try to kick yourself in the butt with the right heel. Good. Keep your shoulders both pointing down at the mat if you can. The left one probably wants to poke up a little high right now, but we want to keep it down. Good. Can your knee lift a little higher, but your heel kick a little more towards your butt? Good. And then release that feeling of kicking and just stay there. Lift the right knee a little, the left knee a little bit higher. Looks good, everybody. Then step it forward, finding that lizard lunge on the left side. Left foot outside of the hand. Give a little rock forward and back, sinking into the hips. Beautiful work. Go ahead and come down onto the forearms if you'd like, or just stay in stillness. You can lower the back knee down to the mat too. Breathe into your hips. Yeah. Those of you who have a block at home, that's a great time to use the block or a pillow or a prop if the ground is feeling just a little bit far away. All right, from here, come back up onto your hands. Lift up that back knee if it was lowered. Keep your left knee hugging tight to your left shoulder. Pick up the left foot. Breathe strong here for 5, 4, 3, 2, three-legged dog. Press it up and back. And then lower it down. Both feet on the mat, down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Lift the right leg straight up and back, but not high this time. Just press it back like you're trying to kick a hole in the wall behind you. And then exhale, touch your knee to your nose. Inhale, press that foot straight back. Then cross it under, touch right knee to left elbow. And then inhale, press it back. Touch right knee over to right elbow. Inhale, press it back. Bring your right knee all the way up to your forehead and then step that foot in between your hands. Lower the left knee down. Inhale to rise up. Let's sink the hips forward and down. Looks great, everybody. And breathe. Lift your heart just a bit higher. Sink the hips perhaps a bit lower. One more breath like this. Then take your left hand down to the mat and the right hand stays high, but turn your torso to twist. Keep pulling the right thigh in towards the center of the mat. The left rib cage is moving towards that right thigh. One more breath here. Then take your top hand and drop it back behind you. Reach back behind you. See if you could grab a hold of your left foot. Personally, this is making my left quads, the front of my thighs, scream, but that means they need a good stretch. Don't overdo it. Of course, you want to be able to walk away from your practice without injury. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then release the hands down to the mat. Tuck the back toes under, lift up that back knee, hold right knee against right shoulder as you pick up your foot and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Three-legged dog, press it up and down. Down dog, big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do the left side. Take the left foot, reach back behind you. Energize through the ball of your foot. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, press back. Exhale, cross it under left knee to right elbow. Inhale, press back. Left knee to left elbow. Inhale back. Knee to forehead. And step forward. Lower the right knee down in the back. Rise up, reach to the sky. Good, sink into the hips. Find length through the spine as you allow the right hip flexor to open up. One more breath here, lift your heart high. And then take the right hand down, left hand stays up, spiral into your twist. Keep the inner thigh active, pulling in towards the center of the mat. Good, now take that top hand, reach back behind you, bend the back leg, see, ooh, can you grab a hold of it? Maybe your right thigh is talking to you now. Good, can you keep your chest opening into the twist, but allow your hips to drop forward and down even more? Yeah, nice, good job, Gary. One more breath here. And then release the hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift up that right knee. Hold left knee against left shoulder. Pick up your foot. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Three-legged dog, press up and back. And lower your right foot down. Big, huge breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Take a slow tiptoe walk up to the top of your mat. Fold in half over your legs. Breathe. On the next inhale, lift halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale to stand all the way up. Reach tall, look up. And exhale your hands to heart. Good, take a moment, check in with yourself. And then on an inhale, reach up, look up. Dive forward all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, feet step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, come to up dog. Pull your heart forward. Exhale, press back to down dog. And breathe. Lift your right leg up and back behind you. Press through that ball of the foot. Exhale, touch knee to nose. Hold it there. Option to toss in a push-up, one of my favorite little strength builders. And then send it up and back. Right knee comes under to the left elbow. Take a push-up. And then send it up and back. Sound effects help. Go ahead. Take the right knee to the right elbow. Add in a push-up. And then send it up and back. Last one, bring your right knee to your forehead, push up, and step your foot in between your hands. High lunge, rise up tall. Whew. Give those arms a break. Press the back leg straight while also keeping rib cage stacked over the hips. So there's a strong supportive core here. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, take your right hand back, left hand forward for an upright twist. Look back at your right hand. Imagine you're like high-fiving somebody with that hand. The arm is super active and strong. On your next exhale, drop the right hand back to the thigh in the back and reach the left hand high to the sky. This revolved back bendy twist. And then cartwheel your hands down, frame that front foot, step back, find your way to down dog, with or without the chaturanga and the up dog, totally your choice. We meet here, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, exhale. The left foot reaches up and back, active and strong. Exhale, touch knee to nose. Option for your push-up. And then send your leg up and back. Left knee crosses under to the right elbow, maybe a push-up. And then send it up and back. Take the left knee to the left elbow, push up, and send it back. Left knee to your forehead, last time. Push up, step it forward. High lunge, rise up tall. Whew. Breathe. Strong, steady legs, strong arms, big breath. And then next exhale, take your left hand back, right hand forward for that open upright twist. Look back at your left hand, high five somebody with it. Yeah. And then drop it to your back thigh. Front hand reaches up and back. Breathe. Strong legs. Lovely. Cartwheel your hands down. Find your way back to your down dog. Move with breath wherever or however you go. And we meet in down dog. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bend those knees, look forward. Inhale, step or float feet to hands, halfway lift. Exhale to fold in half. Stand up on the inhale, reach up tall. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a beat, check in with yourself. And then we'll keep playing. Inhale, reach up, look up. Dive forward, exhale. Halfway lift. Hands down, feet back, chaturanga. Inhale it up. Exhale back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right foot reaches up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, but don't worry, I won't torture you with it. Let's go to warrior two. Spin the back heel down, rise up. Sink into the legs, strong and powerful. Hips, ribs, and shoulders pointing at the long edge of the mat. Hands are strong. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Reach back behind you.
And then rise up to extended side angle. So your right arm can rest on your thigh and your left arm can go up and over. Open your top shoulder here, back. Good, nice changes, everybody. Staying here, about 5 more breaths. Option to take a half bind. That's the top hand coming around your low back. Maybe you go for a full bind. The bottom hand can press into the floor and then work its way back behind you. Maybe those hands find each other back there. 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then unwind back into warrior 2. Big breath in. Big exhale. Turn this to a high lunge to the front of your mat. The back heel lifts. Hips, ribs, and shoulders point forward. On an inhale, lift a bit taller. As you exhale, bring hands to heart and twist across your right thigh. Breathe. Options here to play. Open the arms if you like. And just as we did in our extended side angle, you could half bind, wrapping the top hand around your low back. You could try for the full bind, the bottom hand, grabbing for the other hand. Maybe they found each other. Let's take 2 more breaths. Unwind yourself. Rise back up to a high lunge. 1 big breath here in. And then exhale, hands to the ground. Take it home to down dog. Two huge breaths in down dog. Feed in that oxygen you need. Empty out the old used up stuff. Inhale. Exhale. Left side, take the left foot up and back, so strong. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it forward, warrior 2, rise up. Sink into your strong, strong legs here. Beautiful, arms are active. Wake up those biceps and triceps, collarbones wide. Flip your front palm, reverse warrior. And then extended side angle, left arm to the left thigh. Or maybe you take the left hand straight down to the mat. The top hand is reaching up and over. The top shoulder rolling back and open. So as you move into variations, the half bind, maybe the full bind, try not to give up this open chest. Nice, a couple more breaths wherever you are. And then find your way back to warrior 2. Big breath in. Huge breath out. High lunge, left foot is in front. Adding in your twist. Lengthen with breath, hands to the heart, twist across your left thigh. Your same options here. I'm going to come take a look at what we're working with. Everyone looks so strong. Arms can open. Perhaps there's a half bind of the top hand. Maybe there's a full bind even with that bottom hand. Beautiful. Everybody making really good choices to honor what's going on for you today in your body. That's the most important part. Untangle yourself, come back up to high lunge, reach for the sky. And then exhale, hands down, take it all the way home to down dog. Breathe. Really lovely. Good. Yogi's choice in your down dog. You can stay right there and breathe in stillness. You can lower your knees and take some child's pose, or you could bump it up with a little bit of burst of cardio, doing some fire floats, bending the knees, launching the hips up over the shoulders. You choose. Do you need quiet? Do you need fire? What's going to serve you today? Nice. Really good choices, everybody. You look strong. We'll meet in a down dog. Very nice. From your down dog, take a huge breath in. Exhale it out. Look forward, bend your knees. Step or float to the top of the mat. Halfway lift for length. Fold from your hips. Rise up to standing, reach tall. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. Take a beat, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's take some balancing poses. So we'll start with tree. Stand tall and strong on the left leg. Really root down through the bottom of your foot. The right knee rises up, open, and into a tree. That can be up there at the thigh, or press strong to the calf, or heel to the ankle, toes to the mat. In any of those options, hands come to your heart, and you breathe. If you'd like to grow your arms up and open, go ahead. We'll take 5 more breaths here. Notice how stillness feels after all of that movement. How is it to just be still? Bring the hands back down, release the legs, feet to the mat. Big breath in. Big breath out. Same thing on the other side. Stand tall and strong on the right leg. The left knee hugs up, open, and tree pose. Hands find the heart, and you breathe. If you'd like to play, take the arms up into any variation that feels nice. Notice, can you invite some softness into this? It's not all effort all the time. Bring everything back down with control. Big breath in. Big exhale. Very nice. Let's go into a camper's pose. So standing on the left leg again, the right knee lifts up, and then turn that leg so that your ankle crosses over the top of the left knee. Hands come to your heart. With control, start to bend into your standing leg. Let your bottom stick out back. Let your heart reach forward so your back is flat and long. You might even keep going until your forearms rest against the shin, and breathe. Two more breaths here. And then rise back up. Unwind. Find the ground. Breathe in. Empty out. Good. Stand strong on the right foot. Left knee comes up. Turn it into that figure 4. Really keep your left foot flexed. Hands to the heart. Sink the hips back. Lean the chest forward and breathe. If you want to add challenge, you can close your eyes. More challenge, I should say. With as much control as you've got, rise back up and let it go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful work. Step to the front of your mat if you're not there already. Take your toes wide off the edges and the heels in. Hands come to your heart. And then we slide down into Malasana, or yogi's squat. We'll hang out here, letting the hips get happy about it. Try to flatten your back as much as you can. Lift the crown of your head. Collarbones wide. Good. Press into the pinky toe edge of both feet. You can stay right here in the center, or if you're looking for more twists in your practice today, take the right hand down to the ground outside of the right foot. The left hand reaches up to the ceiling. And you could stay right there, or you could bind half around with the top hand, maybe full with the right hand, scooping behind the right knee, finding the left fingers back there. Breathe wherever you are. Equal pressure in both feet still. Nice. Come back to center. And then you can take the twist on the other side. Left hand goes down, right hand up. Perhaps half binding the top hand around. Full binding the bottom hand around maybe. And breathing. Unwind and find center. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's bring the hands down right in front of you, and you're in a great place to go right into crow pose. So if you're working on crow pose step by step, that's hands down, shoulder width apart. Knees hugged tight up towards your armpits. Rock the weight into the hands, no jumping needed. And then maybe today, if you're not sure, you just pick up one foot. And if one foot is working out, maybe you put it back down and try the other foot. If that's working out, maybe you try both feet. And if you're there, think about big toes coming together to touch. Think about lifting your body up away from your arms. Get light. Remember before we were trying to kick ourselves in the butt? Try to do that here. Lift your heels up towards your butt. And then you can step or float back right into chaturanga. We'll meet in down dog. And in down dog, we breathe. Let's lower to your knees and then lift your chest, setting up for camel pose. Knees are hips width apart, feet are straight back behind you. Reach your hands to the sky, swim them around and place them at your low back. Fingers pointing up, but if that's a really too intense stretch in the hands or the wrists, you can turn them down. And then hug the elbows together, lift your chest high. Let the up go as far up as it will go, then you start to go back. If you're going back, make sure your hips are staying forward. Good, one more breath wherever you are. Rising back up with straight arms, big circles to come forward so that we're moving through the shoulder joints a lot, and then have a seat in neutral. Breathe. Two more rounds of that camel pose. So you can do it exactly the same, or if you'd like to drop your hands back, maybe this time you try it by rising up and tucking your toes under. Reach up, take the hands to the low back to start. Elbows hug in, lift your chest. Once you've gone up as high as you go, then your hands could reach back to your heels. You're pulling your chest up and forward. Head can drop back if that feels okay in the neck. 3 more breaths. And then rising up, once again with straight arms, reach back up and around, swimming through the shoulder joint. Come down to neutral and breathe. Final round. You can take it the first way, the second way, or there's one more option. We can keep the toes untucked, toenails on the mat. That's just going to take you a little bit deeper if your hands are reaching back for your heels. Arms reach up, swim the hands back, lift the chest, hug the elbows together, take yourself up and back. And then if you'd like, hands can reach down towards the heels. We want to keep the hips forward. Ugh, press those hips forward. Nice. As much as possible, we're putting bend into the spine in the middle and upper back. The low back bends a lot anyways. We don't really need to work very hard at that. Can you find some space from behind your heart? Good, yep, make your way back up and down to neutral when you're ready. And then you can actually go all the way down into a child's pose. We'll soften here. This allows the spine to bend gently in the opposite direction from what we were just doing. Take about 5 breaths. You might find it feels good to wobble the head side to side, wobble the hips a little bit side to side. Wiggling is always welcome in my class. And then slow and easy, make your way up and have a seat. Swing your legs out front. Stretch the legs long, flex the toes back towards your face, reach your hands high, and forward fold over your legs. Let your head drop wherever it drops. Let your hands drop wherever they drop. And just let this be an easy, relaxed stretch. On the next inhale, rise back up. Take your right leg, cross it over your left, and give the knee and the leg a bit of a hug. Use that to sit up really tall and connect both of your sits bones, the bottom of your butt, down equally into the mat. Then you can release the hug. Take your right arm up and back behind you. Left arm reaches up and across to twist. You get that great big leverage from the strength of your arms to twist through your whole spine. Looking back over the right shoulder. Breathe. Unwind your twist. Go the opposite way to take a glance over the left shoulder. And then keeping the right leg right where it is, bend the left leg so it's underneath you. So right knee is stacked over the top of left, as much as possible. Hips equally pressed down into the mat, arms reach up high. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. So we're getting some deep stretch, hopefully down into the hips and the glutes. But it's also kind of soothing. You're like giving yourself a little hug here. All right, and then bring yourself back up. Let's straighten both legs. Well, actually keep the knees bent, but bring the feet to the mat out in front of you. Hands go back behind you. Press the ground away, lift your hips into a reverse tabletop and breathe here. Can your hips lift just a bit higher for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your bottom. Straighten, what is this? The other side. Left leg straight. No, right leg straight, left leg crosses over. Give that left leg a hug and sit up nice and tall. Then reach the left arm up and around behind you, right arm up and across to invite that big spinal twist. Your gaze can keep turning, so you're looking off over your left shoulder. Could you use your inhale to just sit a bit taller? your exhale to twist a tiny bit deeper. 2 more breaths. And then unwind your twist. Take the counter twist over the right shoulder for a moment. Come back to center, and then bend the right knee underneath you. So left knee is stacking over the top of right. Hips are equally pressed down into the mat. Reach up tall. And fold over your legs. Bring yourself back up. Untangle the legs, bring the feet to the mat in front of you. Option to do reverse tabletop with knees bent or, oof, this one's a beast, legs straight. And you lift the hips high. Breathe wherever you choose to go for 5, 4, 3, hips high, 2, and 1. Lower yourself down. Great job. Bring the bottoms of your feet together, knees wide open, sit up tall, and then forward fold as you press the thighs towards the ground. On an inhale, rise back up. Bring the feet to the mat. Make sure you've got space to lay down, and then lay all the way down onto your back. Hug the right knee into your chest, straighten the left leg down to the ground. On your next exhale, draw the knee across your body to twist, and the right arm opens to the side. Look over towards your right thumb. Could you soften your shoulders all the way down into the mat? Come back through center and switch legs. Hug the left, straighten the right. Give it a good squeeze. And then on an exhale, drop it across to the right. Look all the way over there at your left hand. Soften along the spine. Come back to center. Hug both knees in. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. And then release. Everything gets to rest. Shavasana. Allow yourself to find a way to be still for the next few moments, whether that's laying on your back or your side or even sitting up. Make sure that you feel comfortable. And then let all the work melt away into the floor. Just be still. We've got 5 more breaths here. Deep inhale and exhale. And begin to let some movement back into fingers and toes. Allow your head to rock side to side. Take a nice big stretch, arms over your head. Turn onto one side. And from that fetal position, tell yourself thank you. And then when you're ready to rise back, bring yourself up to seated. With a tall spine, hands at your heart. Eyes can close if you like. We'll close out with 3 breaths together. We inhale. We exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bowing forward, we honor this beautiful practice of yoga for all that it has to teach us, mind, body, spirit, on the mat and off. Thank you all so much for joining in today. It's always such a pleasure to see you. If you have any questions or anything, let me know, and have a great weekend.
Thanks.